Hi, my name is Emily and I'm a first year medical student studying at the University of Birmingham. I'm vlogging every week of my medical school journey, whether that be studying, playing games, exploring Birmingham and even more, so stick around if you enjoy. So it is the second week of my Easter holidays, and if you didn't watch last week's, go and watch last week's vlog, which was the first week of the Easter holidays, and I'm officially at home. So me and my mum started off Monday with a run together, then I settled in on the sofa to get some studying done. I watched the Irm Lectures, which is my respiratory medicine module. I was watching one of the lectures from before the Easter holidays again and doing all the content for that. So I watched the lecture, the in-person session where they do questions and answering, watch those, make notes on those, do the quiz, watch the pre-recorded stuff, everything, and I get all of the content done again so I can understand it better, because I was so struggling with this module before I started doing all this revision, and now that I'm watching them again and doing everything all at once, it's making so much more sense. So I did that and then made flashcards on it so I can keep up with the content as I go through Easter. So it is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I am making the flashcards for the PK3 I did, which will finish one of the checkpoints on my to-do list, which is not very good because that is definitely not enough for the day. But I'm getting through it, I'm powering through, I'm making it work. I am definitely thinking my plan for next week is going to change, because I was thinking of staying here next week, but I really don't think I'll get everything done. But I haven't decided yet, we're going to see. I really don't want to go back to uni yet, but we'll see how I feel at the end of the week when I have to decide. 5 hours and 40 minutes later, I have finished PK3, which is one thing off my to-do list. But it is okay, because I've got Merlin and he's cute. So I put my iPad and my laptop on charge, and I'm going to try and finish 2 more things, which might mean staying up quite late doing work, but it'll be better than catching up tomorrow, I guess. I forgot I had to do flashcards today, so now I'm going to learn 49 new ones. I've just learned 3 new ones, which is why it's down. I have 99 flashcards left to learn, so I'm going to do 50 today, which is why there's 49 new ones, and 50 tomorrow. And then I'll have learned all of the flashcards that I've got so far in this. I'm using the year 1 semester 2 Easter version. If you use Anki for any revision or any flashcards at all, highly recommend using a controller, Nintendo Switch or Amazon bought, anything, but use a controller because it is amazing and it makes doing flashcards so much easier. I've come to my mum's work with her today, so I'm going to get some studying done here so I'm not distracted by everyone at home, but we'll see how it goes. I got home just like 10 minutes ago, quickly put stuff away and set up my computer. I am logging into tutor now. It's 4:20. I'm tutoring at 4:30, so I'm logging in, setting it up, and then I'll tutor. I just did my teeth and now I'm going to bed. I spent the day at my mum's work revising because it was quiet there and there was nobody annoying me, but I still only finished one thing off my to-do list because everything's taking so long. So it's going to be an intense week this week and next week, and we'll see if I can get everything done on time because I really hope I can. So far the Easter holidays I managed to stick to Anki every day, which is going very well, and I feel like it's really helping me. I'm remembering things and it's working. So Anki does work, yay, and we're gonna see how it goes. But it's so warm. I'm dying. That hill killed me. I got back from my run, which was really hard and worked me really hard, but it was amazing. It felt so good. And would it even be a trip home if I didn't have cats flailing all over the garden to stroke, because it was adorable and I had to stroke him. He's adorable. To be completely honest, I have lots of work to do, but I'm going to sit and watch Grey's Anatomy instead with my iPad on my lap, convincing myself I'm doing work. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Grey's Anatomy. I decided to revise a topic that all I needed to do was collect some images and make flashcards out of, and then finished Grey's Anatomy and went to working at the desk and got very easily distracted by this adorable Puddles chasing balls and playing around in the house, because he's so cute when he attacks balls because he freaks out so funnily. But it was nice to have some time to study at the desk, and yet the cat is so distracting, so blame him if I don't get things done. I've had some questions on my Instagram about what I do at university to make money and what I work as, because you have seen me going to work early in the morning, and I do have multiple jobs at university, and one of them is online tuition. So this is me doing a tuition session with a year 5 student. We're working through some maths, some English, and I'm having great fun, and I highly recommend tutoring to anyone considering getting a job at university because it's so flexible and you can find times that fit to you, and working from home is so much better than going into the office. So what have I done since we last saw each other? So I tutored, which you saw. Then I made cheese on toast for lunch and ate that. And then I watched another episode of Grey's Anatomy, and charged my laptop because it was dying, because I forgot to charge it yesterday. Now I'm going to sit down and do some Dig revision. Dig is my digestive module. I'm going to do mouth and esophagus, because if I do those two, then I can take those off my to-do list for the day. So that's the aim. I just wanted to come on here and say revising doesn't have to keep you still, because right now I am pacing back and forth and wandering around and wobbling on the spot whilst I'm doing my flashcards with my Switch controller, and I would highly recommend getting up and standing around for a bit or using a standing desk, because it will really help keep you going during exam season and revision. I'm cooking pizza at the same time, which is the only reason I'm doing this, but I am realising it's very useful and a good way to do flashcards, so I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to stand up anytime I do my flashcards and walk around a bit. I think it'll help. So, don't mind the stuff on the work surface, because I opened the pizza and got little bits of ice everywhere and cleaned it up right at the end of this clip, so don't even worry. But I did my flashcards in the kitchen while I waited for my pizza that my mum got on the way home, which was amazing. Very happy with that. And then I ate the pizza, took a break, and got on with the flashcards on the sofa again. And I know I look crazy, but honestly, speaking the answers through and talking it through makes doing the flashcards so much easier. Especially what I was doing today, I was doing the anatomical space of clinical importance in the upper limb. So when you can see me playing with my hand, that's me making the anatomical snuff box, which is a little triangular space between two tendons that you can see at the bottom of your thumb when you pull it outwards to the side. And it just helps you when you're doing things like this to visualize it and see it. And then I got to take yet another thing off of my to-do list, which made me feel so good. If you don't like cats, feel free to skip the next few seconds, but honestly, look at him, he's so adorable. I love my cat Merlin, he's so cute. Okay, so I'm up, it is 7 o'clock. I just tidied up a little bit and put some of my stuff away from the night before that I left out. And now I'm gonna do some work. I'm very behind, but if I just spend the entire day today working, see if I can get at least 2 or 3. Yesterday I did over 700 flashcards, so I learnt about 200 new ones, I think, so I still have those 200 to review again today, as well as whatever new ones I write today, so the flashcards are going to be intense. I'm thinking of doing them in the bath later, but we'll see. I sat at the dining room table to go over some esophagus work, do all of my flashcards for the day, and get to tick something else off of my to-do list. So today I decided to get on with my digestive module, and I have grouped the lectures together in anatomical regions, and I'm working from the mouth down. So this day I did the esophagus. I worked from the mouth, which I'd done earlier that week, and now I was doing the esophagus, and in future I'll do stomach, liver, pancreas and everything. Working through it in order has let me conceptualise and visualise the process of digestion all the way through, up until it's gone. My sister wanted to take me out for dinner, and I was not about to turn down free food, so we drove and we got food in the city centre, which was amazing. And then I came home to get more lectures done, which I started with my respiratory medicine lectures that afternoon, and managed to take 2 more things off of my to-do list for the day. After watching Cake Programme with my parents, I got in the bath and did more flashcards, and honestly it was so nice to chill out in a bath, but I did not manage to finish them all. After being in the bath for 2 hours, I decided it was best to just get out and do the rest of my flashcards in bed. Do not recommend, but it was nice to just lie in bed and get them done. I only had a few hundred left, I think, at this point, so I was just reviewing old flashcards and was going through it. I knew everything made me feel so much better to know that I managed to finish all my flashcards on the day that they were due. Friday was my third run of the week. I had sugar puffs for breakfast, then we went out for dinner with my grandma, which was really nice to see my grandma because I haven't seen her in a while. Then I came home with my family and did flashcards while watching the cake programme, stand-up tacos for dinner, and then we played board games. So this is Star Trek Catan, which my dad did win, obviously, but we had so much fun anyway, and it was nice to play something that was a little bit different. Then we played King Domino, and I won by 1 point. My mum was very jealous. 1 point. Saturday was back to reality and studying for yet more exam content. So today it was going on about respiratory medicine module because I like to do this one because it's the hardest one. So covering it again has made it make so much more sense, and when I'm doing the content I understand it better because I understand the stuff before it better. We are going on a walk. I'm taking a break from revision. I've almost finished one more thing on the to-do list. I've just got to finish with the questions that I can take that off, so we're going to go on a study walk while it's warm. In the afternoon, after my lovely walk with my parents in the sun, I decided to get back on with some revision. I swapped to my digestive module and covered the entirety of the stomach, anatomy, histology, function and all the cells, and it made the content make so much more sense and fluidity. I can now tell you exactly how acid is secreted in the stomach. Don't mind my dad in the background, we were just chatting. And then I moved on to DPS and did 2 more topics for DPS, which is my Doctors, Patients and Societies module, and then managed to tack all 3 off on the to-do list. All 3 gone. It made me feel so much better for the day. And as always, I finished off the day with my Anki flashcards with my Nintendo Switch controller, and if I haven't got this across already, I am loving connecting my Nintendo Switch controller to my laptop to do flashcards because it's making the process so much easier. I can do it from anywhere, I can stand up, I can walk around, and I can do it from a distance because using my keys is getting really cramping my hand basically. I'm just sat there with the same 3 fingers doing the same 3 actions that's hurting, so like doing it with my Nintendo Switch makes so much more sense. And then, once I'd finally finished them all, me and my mum and my dad played her new Azul. The Azul Queen's Garden just came out and my mum got it in the post, so we decided to have a go at the new game. It was a really, really fun game, and my dad won. Shocking. And for him watching, yes, of course you won, we know. But we had so much fun anyway, and it was a really great game. It was quite hard because we ended up playing on the wrong side of the little spinny thing that I showed you at the front, so it made the game very wrong, but we still played and we still scored fairly accurately, just a couple things weren't right. Then we finished off the evening watching the Adam Project film, which I highly recommend, and my mum let us have Easter eggs a day early, which she never lets us do. But I opened my Kinder Egg one, and inside was a stuffed toy koala. It was like a giant version of one of the little Kinder Surprise eggs, and it was amazing. It was so interesting. So we were all taking bets on what it would be, and my dad got it right because he was the only one who said koala, but everyone else said gorilla. It is the final day of the week and my second to last day at home, which is kind of sad. So I got on with some introduction to MJM and I did all of this. So MJM is my muscles, joints and movements module, and I went over the histology of bone and all the introductory lectures we had, which talked about what the musculoskeletal system is, things like that. Made the flashcards and got on with the day. Basically, it took me all day to finish this one bullet point, and I'm sorry for my screen being so messy, but it is what it is at this point. And then for dinner we had veggie casserole with mash and Yorkshire puddings. We couldn't find the giant Yorkshire puddings like normal, but we did find a billion little ones, so we had a billion little Yorkshire puddings with our casserole. And if you know me, I love Yorkshire puddings, so this was one of the best dinners ever. To finish off the day, I did my Anki flashcards again on the sofa in the conservatory. It was kind of a chill day. I didn't really have to talk through my answers to this one so much because it was more just the musculoskeletal module and the content behind that, which was all just active recall, which I could say in my head and sometimes write on a whiteboard, which is what you can see next to me in the little shot at the bottom, that little yellow rubber and the pen. I do write along my whiteboard a lot when I'm doing my flashcards because it helps me visualise it, but sometimes I don't need to because sometimes it's just basic. 2 hours later and I've just finished my flashcards. That is 7 hours and 54 minutes of work today, which brings me up to 46 hours of revision this week. Now, to end the last week at home for the Easter holidays, we had a fire in the garden, burning some wood and some paper and lighting some sparklers and playing games and all sorts. It was an amazing night. I had so much fun. It was so chill, and that was my little brother in the background. It was an amazing last week at home, and I was trying to write with the sparkler, but it just wasn't working. But yeah, I had a great time at home, and I'm gonna miss it. But I'm glad to be going back to university too, because it feels like medical school is almost over and I'm almost ready to enjoy it. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe and join so you can see what I do next week.